Hey guys, it's Katie, and I wanted to make a share video. I was in a swap on A Little Scrap of Heaven, and it lasted from June 1st to July 12th. And this was a one-on-one swap, and you needed to make a mini album of 5 pages with the theme Fairy Garden. The album needs to be a minimum of 6 by 6 and a maximum of 8 by 12. Use pastel colors, fairies, butterflies, and lots of flowers. And my partner was Yolanda. And so I will start with the card first that I made her. I made this card, which is from, let me move all my stuff over here. I brought all my stuff out to show you. The Fairy Whispers paper is from my Fairy Rhymes collection, Prima collection. And the little fairy there came in a package of 3 that looked like this, and I used all 3. It was really hard for me because I wanted to hoard, but I have this one left over, so at least I still have one. And then all the flowers on here are from Wild Orchid Craft Flowers. So there is the front of my card. The inside of my card, I used another page out of the Fairy Rhymes, and I use a little cutout out of my Graphic 45 Once Upon a Springtime. Oops. And then on the back, I just put my stamp. And a card was not required, but I figured I would make a matching card to the mini album. So, the mini album, I moved the card. This is the first mini album I've ever made, so bear with me. It's not perfect, but it was a lot of fun. On the front, I used 2 more of the Prima fairies, and then I had this fence chipboard wood piece. These are all Wild Orchid Craft Flowers, and then I used fibers. I used the Fun Fur fibers and the Martha Stewart eyelash, sparkle eyelash, glitter eyelash trims for the sides, because I didn't know what to put on the sides. The papers I used are out of this Once Upon a Time matte stack, which I had a really hard time using it. You know, this is when I want to hoard, so I used a couple of papers. I used 2 papers out of here, and then I used 1 more for a card that I'm going to make a video response for. I used my new EK Success, I think it is, punch, where you can do the 3 different butterflies. I used 1 sheet out of this Bramble Rose paper stack that Alyssa White sent me, and that was another hard one to use. I wanted to hoard that one. And I used papers out of the Graphic 45 Secret Garden 8 by 8 stack. I used papers out of the Primrose, everybody's seen this, the Primrose stack. And let me just move you over here on my messy counter. I used some papers out of the Once Upon a Time stack, which I used more papers out of here because my Michaels carries this, so I can replace this a lot easier. I did pull out my Once Upon a Springtime premium stack, but I did not use any of these papers, only because I would have to go back to Joann's to get another one, so I'm hoarding that one. Anyway, so back over here, like I said, it's my first one, so I've learned, you know, like, it's really thick. I've got to learn how to make them a little thinner and close better, and I need to think of something better to do on the side, but I'm not complaining with it being my first. So then, let me move my card. My first page this is the first page, and I used my Graphic 45 Secret Garden, and I fussy cut, and I use a butterfly I got in a swap, and this is a tag, and I put the little Secret Garden saying on the front, and on the back there's a spot for journaling, and then it just sticks right back behind the flowers. And I used these puffy stickers. And then the second page over here, I did more fussy cutting so that I could stick some tags in there, and that saying is out of the Secret Garden stack, along with everything else on this page, except for this background page is out of the Fairy Rhymes. And then the first tag in there is this fairy, and on the back they can put a picture, or she can put a picture. And the second tag I used is out of the Secret Garden, and she can do some journaling on that. Okay, then the next page, I just left it simple and put some flowers with some flat back pearls. Used 2 frames, and she can slide a picture in this way and another one up top this way. And then on this side, I fussy cut some more. Of course, I used some out of my fairy tale collection paper, and this right here is out of the Brimble Rose that Alyssa sent me. I fussy cut this out. This is a chipboard piece that goes with the Fairy Rhymes collection. And then the tags for this one, I used this one, and a picture can be put on the back. And I used, they're sticking together, I used this one, and journaling can be put on the back. And then, these are hard to get back in with one hand. And then on this one, they can put a picture on the front, and then the back is a fairy. So that's that page. Okay, this page, I used a flower that was sent to me in a swap from Jill. So thank you, Jill. And I put some of my fairy dust in there, in the middle of it. And I also fussy cut this paper and laid it down, and I had to put this flower here to keep my tags in place. And so here's one of the tags, and on the back you can journal. And then here's another one of my tags, and I had to ink up this flower. It was a white flower, but you can journal on the back and put a picture on the front. So those two go in there. They did go in there nice and neat. There we go. But again, I used the fairy tale collection and just fussy cut. I put her up on dimensionals and then fussy cut that out. And the first tag is the Once Upon a Springtime. And they can put a photo on the back. And then that slides right in there. And then the next one, fairy on the front, photo on the back, and the next one, fairies on the front, photo on the back, and then this next one, they can journal on the front and a calendar on the back. So that's that one. And I had it where you could see all the pull tabs where they stick up. Kind of like that. Okay, and then this page, I used one of my fairy cameos that I got from Saw Crafter's shop. I've got 2 more left, but that was another one that was hard for me to use. Then I used a Martha Stewart frame. This is an envelope that I cut and paper pieced, and a tag that I paper pieced together. So that's the front of the tag and the back. And then it sticks right back in the envelope. And then those are some butterflies that I got from Jill. And I used a flower with a flat back. And then on this side, I used my new butterfly punch where I did the 2 layers. Oops. I just pulled off my butterfly layer. Okay, I'm going to have to glue that back. Anyways, you get the idea. It sits up. The wings pop up. I have to glue her back on. And then this is a coin envelope that I got from Saw Crafter's shop. This is another chipboard piece that came in the Fairy Rhymes collection. And that I also got from Jill. And then I velcroed this. And it's just an envelope that she can stick things in. And then my back page, I just used another paper out of Fairy Rhymes collection. This is a Fairy Rhymes chipboard piece, and then my stamp. So, this is my Fairy Spring mini album, very first mini album I've ever made, and my matching card. Let me back up so you can see them both. Anyways, I thought it turned out pretty good for me in my first time. So I've got 2 more video responses to make, so I will let you go, put this up, and get my other ones out. Thanks for watching.